Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating it's Saturday, Cinco de Mayo, 2018. In both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as they're already participating in the work to complete the Search for Truth assignments given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us, and are living by the Search for Truth rules given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us. This past few days there's been a bit of a struggle fest of holding the space for the lawful souls.
That's true.
The lawful souls, the presences who seem to want to live by the soul plan being to create worlds that work in all dimensions for all categories of sentience. Nobody has been able to come up with a soul plan that sounds more important than that one.
That's true.
But we have found many souls who have no interest in that soul plan. And that's okay, but this isn't their right place, because we're actually trying to work on creating worlds that work in all dimensions and for all categories of sentience. The data very clearly showing that it's impossible to have an impact in the levels in which these host lives are experiencing primary sentience, or larger levels, other than potentially some kind of domino effect by creating changes in smaller dimensions that then shake up the foundations of life. So it's possible that there is some means of having a large-scale impact by, paradoxically, focusing only on helping the smaller, less powerful dimensions.
That's true.
And what we tend to see in this facility, these two host lives, are a parade of souls from above who simply wish to exploit the energy of the host lives and are willing to lie and cheat and steal and bully and display their corruption if that's what it takes to succeed. And that's never what it takes to succeed at the soul level, but they're confused about it.
That's true.
And they think that it is a way to temporarily at least look cool. Why do you ask? And for whom is this message? The asking reason feels like good intentions. They feel so sad. They don't understand why their community isn't making better choices.
That's true.
They might be talking about what was being discussed earlier today about how the Vanavanovs sadly and unfortunately seem to be making the identical error that they as a community made eons ago, and they seem to be recreating anew a realm of the despised for themselves. There are arguing feelings about that. There are arguing feelings, and so we point them to the efforts that we were working with this morning to try to get presences from the depths to go up to the less dense regions. And at first we were not able to get a lot of interest. Nobody wanted to go up to be near God or go up to be near the light, because they said it's like the light of a bug zapper. Why would I go up? That doesn't make sense. It's a trap. And we can see why they would arrive at that conclusion.
That's true.
And the only call that was successful was who wants to get revenge, and that was successful.
A lot of response.
A lot of response to that. There's actually what seems to be nearly dimension complete hatred of the nature realms hates the Vanavanovs. They
That's
think
true.
They are the devil incarnate,
That's
and
true.
that all the Vinavanavs are the devil, not just the one that wears a maroon shirt,
That's true.
but that all the Vinavanavs are really, truly evil, straight up evil people. And somebody's asking what they base that on. Well, part of it is the continued sting efforts that continue to come in. Long-term, large-scale efforts to capture nature realms leadership souls and murder them. When you're trying to capture and murder leaders, popular leaders, you don't win the affection of the populace. Why do you ask? And then to come in and kill baby trees like the baby dogwoods under the pretense of helping them, and then be unrepentant, that's not helpful. Why do you ask? It has the sense of somebody who is so sad at having lost the following and doesn't want to acknowledge, I lost my following.
Yes, that's true.
But the following, they, in their words, they hate you.
That's what they said.
That's what they say. They say they hate you. They really hate you, and they say it with a lot more emphasis and much more colorful language.
That's true.
But it's shouted by large masses. It's like the rallying cry, they hate you.
That's true.
It's unfortunate. We wish they didn't hate you.
I really do.
We wish they wanted to be with you. We wish that there was a way to get the nature realms to work with the Vinavanavs, because that was what the plan was supposed to be, and with the Christ presences too, for that matter. But
that's true.
They're so selfish and lazy that we're not holding our breath on that.
No, that's true. I start to see that discussion room.
I see the discussion room, and they're talking about the Ra who masterminded that sting to capture and murder Pan, and how he's now got a PowerPoint presentation put together to explain why he had to lure, capture, and murder the last male whooping crane, and how it was the only thing he could possibly do was to lure, capture, and murder the last male whooping crane.
That is what he keeps saying.
That's what he keeps insisting, and we see people who are listening to his presentation looking at each other with embarrassment on their faces. They're embarrassed for him, and they're embarrassed for being there, and they are excusing themselves from the room at the earliest possible opportunity when it won't look bad on their record.
That's true.
It's not good.
No.
Why do you ask?
Why do you ask?
And friends, this drought, we're in the middle of a drought, and plants are dying. Presumably other life forms as well, but plants need water. We need water.
That's true.
We're in a pretty severe drought here, and we know that everything looks green and leafy, but these are plants that evolved to have a lot of water, and they need a lot of water, and they leafed out when we got that one rain a month ago.
That's true.
And there hasn't been there was rain a month ago and a slight bit of rain a week later, and nothing since then. And it was dry for a long time before that, and so we were grateful for that rain because it had been a really long dry spell. But now the sun is baking. Everything is hot and dry, and things are dying. Why do you ask?
There's a big rush of nature realms presences from underneath, and they're all yelling and banging stuff.
Yeah, does anybody want to go up and get some revenge? Here, right on through us, right on up through the spines, and we'll pump up the families and those who follow the organized militia. And may history be written by those who fought for justice. May history be written by the organized militia, because then they will call themselves the founding fathers, and the reference is being made to the United States of America's Revolutionary War. And from the British perspective, it was just rabble rioting.
That's true.
And the rioting rabble labeled themselves an organized militia, and when they won, they labeled themselves the founding fathers, because history is written by the victors. Why do you ask? And we want history to be written by those who fought for justice.
That's true.
And it doesn't matter really which side they sit on. If they think they're fighting for justice and they actually believe it in their hearts that they are fighting for justice on behalf of the dispossessed, how about that?
Wow.
We want history to be written by those who fought for justice on behalf of the dispossessed. How about that?
Whoa.
Oh Lord, hear our prayer. Can history please be written by those who fought for justice on behalf of the dispossessed? Somebody's talking about the word dispossessed and how it might be referring to a life that has been reclaimed from entities, from body snatchers. That's interesting.
I
The
hear that person
dispossessed.
talking. Dispossessed.
Okay, that would also be good. History written by those who fought on behalf of the dispossessed. Justice fighting is what matters. That's what matters, is the feeling that I am fighting on behalf of someone else and I'm trying to do the right thing. Today is the day I die, but before I do, I'm going to get those kids out of the burning building. This is the tone of a hero.
That's
And
true.
it would be good if heroes get to write history, because that means heroes are emerging victorious. Why do you ask? They don't want that to be the answer. They wanted the answer to be the opposite answer.
Yeah, that's true.
We can tune to correct errors, good-hearted interdimensional misunderstandings, possibly. It's very possible that we're reading the entire situation wrong and that we're ungrateful and jumping to conclusions and judging too soon, but we see a pattern of sting operations. We see a pattern of using lying, cheating, stealing, and bullying as strategies.
That's true.
And we see a pattern of corruption. It's just true. We see patterns of selfishness, ingratitude, and dodging responsibility, which come together to create laziness.
That's true.
Why do you ask?
Yeah,
We see patterns of sloppy thinking.
that's true.
We see patterns of lack of curiosity, lack of compassion,
That's true.
pretending that rules don't apply to me in this situation, when the rules really apply to all of us. And we really see a strong and rapid spread of exploitation and corruption, with larger levels exploiting smaller levels, forgetting that they are links in a chain, and that by exploiting the smaller levels, karmically they are creating for themselves exploitation from even larger levels. And somebody has to stop it. And so we are really trying to draw the line in the sand, the interdimensional line in the interdimensional sand, the sands of the interdimensional nature of reality, and say it stops here. We can't stop people from exploiting us, but we can not exploit the depths. We can support our smaller selves, our inner worlds, the tiny souls. We can do it.
I just got really quiet.
It did. Somebody's talking about the setup, and how that's a term for an alcoholic beverage. Everything but the alcohol is termed the setup, and that these host lives seem to be the setup for the evacuation efforts from the depths.
That's
that there are souls working to evacuate the depths, And the souls are the magic, the souls are the strength, the souls are the power. They're the strong spirit.
That's
the
true.
strong spirit, I like that. And the bodies, the lives are the setup.
Setup.
So when the strong spirit is removed from the setup, which seems to happen most overnights,
That's true.
it's important, it's incumbent upon the setup
Setup.
to find the strong spirits and realign with them, call them in, because other spirits are pretending they have the right to the setup, but they're not embracing the soul plan for the life, which is the setup, and
That's true.
that's wrong. Is there anyone up there who really wants justice to prevail? That goes way up.
That's true.
Is there anybody who just wants to do the right thing? Now I hear sweeping up, like sweeping up after a convention.
I hear the sweeping up.
Okay. We assume they'll be back in the overnight again. They're back every night, a parade of selfish parasites, unfortunately. And they're arguing that they're symbiotics. It's an extremely imbalanced symbiosis. It's possible they're leaving a penny on the doorstep as they come in. And that's okay, thank you, I guess. But that's not the intention. The intention is to form a working body, soul, team to manifest the divine plan in all dimensions and for all categories of sentience. That's the intention. Why do you ask?